10:18 now. We have a big lofty goal before noontime today to get 50 Wish Club members, $15 a month, makes you one of those. Phone number is 855-231-WISH. It's 231-9474.
If we hit 50, Luxair will give us an additional $2,000 toward the granting of Tatum's wish. Connie and I can talk all we want about the power of a wish and how it feels to get a wish, but we have not been on the receiving end of a wish.
We have not.
Debbie, you were here, and you have been on the receiving end of a wish. We're going to be granting Tatum's wish at noon today. Can you tell us a little bit about what the granting of the wish does for the family?
My daughter Ellie was granted a wish in 2006. She wanted to go to Sesame Street and meet Zoe. Zoe was her favorite character. And throughout Ellie's life, I think what people don't understand is the wish not only is the excitement building up for the wish, and then going on the trip together as a family and leaving everything else behind and just having each other on this wish, and then afterwards we would bring her photo album to the hospital and talk to the nurses and talk to the doctors. It gave us a different focus when she was in the hospital.
Tell us about the actual wish. What happened the day that you were leaving to go to Sesame Street?
It was back in 2006, so it was a little while ago. Ellie didn't get really super excited about things. She was very low-key, like her favorite thing was to sit in her room and read books and talk to friends. So it was actually hard for us to come up with a wish for her because there just wasn't a lot. She was very content. She was very happy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Right.
So her tumor was actually on her hypothalamus. So the night before, she didn't sleep at all. And so most of the pictures of her wish, she looked exhausted.
She was excited.
My favorite picture is her getting ready to knock on the door.
Yes.
So she gets to Sesame Street. First, who told you the way? Did you sing the song? Is that how you knew how to get there?
Oh, we kept singing the song, Do You Know How to Get to Sesame Street? And then we'd say, you take a limo to Queens.
So it's in Queens, New York. She doesn't sleep the whole night before.
Yes.
You wake up in the morning and you head to Sesame Street. What happened?
Well, one thing we'd always joked about was we didn't want to meet Oscar because he was a grouch. And we thought he would tell us to scram. And so the first person we can get there is Oscar. And so Ellie was a little afraid.
Okay.
And sort of backed up. But the man who does Oscar was the sweetest. He's been at Sesame Street the whole time and was really, really sweet and just wanted to be there and be a part of the wish.
So he wasn't too grouchy with Ellie?
No, he was really, really sweet.
Good.
So Ellie got to meet not only the Muppets and the Sesame Street characters, but also the people behind them?
She didn't actually see the person doing it.
Okay.
They videotaped it for us, and we would watch the video all the time. And Ellie never saw that there was somebody holding Zoe until one time we were watching it and she said, "Who's that person behind Zoe?" It was so, it was incredible.
Now, you were here 2 years ago, the first annual Radiothon for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. You were, and Ellie was here. Was Ellie here?
No, she wasn't. I didn't bring her.
Oh, she wasn't here.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So, but things were going pretty well then?
Yes.
Because why did Ellie get a wish? What was she diagnosed with?
Okay, she was diagnosed with a brain tumor at 20 months.
Okay. 20 months?
Yes.
20 months, okay.
And originally we didn't think she was eligible for a wish. And then she went through chemotherapy for the first time, and I was talking to one of her nurses, and I said, after we're finished with chemotherapy, it would just be so wonderful for our whole family just to take a trip, just to get away and all of us be together. And our nurse said, well, you should totally make a wish. And I didn't realize we were eligible. And so that's when the whole process started. And originally, Ellie loved books, and so originally I thought maybe she would want to go to the plaza, like Eloise, because we always read the Eloise books. Because, like I said, Ellie was very, very content, so I didn't know what she would come up with. And then my brother called me and said, "You realize the plaza has been sold and is now condos."
Oh my gosh.
And luckily, Ellie came up with, "I really want to go to Sesame Street." And I was so glad
awesome.
that she came up with that on her own, that was what she wanted to do. And I forgot the question you asked me.
No, that's a perfect answer. As we were talking, getting ready to talk on the radio, and you said that your goal here is to just let us all know what a happy, smiley, great person Ellie was.
Yes.
What are some of your favorite memories of Ellie?
Well, Ellie passed away in January, on January 13th. And sometimes people, I feel like, not very often, but sometimes people look at me with pity.
Right.
And I just think, no, you don't know what we had. We had Ellie. Because Ellie never lived in a world of brain tumors. She never, even though the last year of her life, we were in the hospital on average once a month, she never lived in that world. She always lived above it, and she loved making up words, and she loved, if someone would come into her hospital room the day after major brain surgery, they would say, "How are you feeling, Ellie?" And she would say, "Happy." Or she would say "jilled," which was her word for joy-filled.
Jill.
Jill. So that's one of the words she made up. What are some other words that she made up?
Jill.
Some
Ellie. Like that.
some Ellie-isms.
Ellie-isms.
Yes, Ellie-isms.
Very creative, your daughter.
Yes,
Very
and she
creative.
she would immediately think of it.
Yeah.
She loved looking for, when we would go for walks, she loved looking for yellars, which are yellow cars. That's one of her favorite things.
I'm stealing.
Yellars, no kidding.
Yellars.
I'm stealing
Or
Jill's.
yellux, yellow trucks.
Yellux.
Famazing, fantastically amazing.
And just look at that's so happy.
Yes.
Fantastically amazing.
Yes.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Is what it is.
Very creative. So you lost Ellie in January 13th.
Yes.
Are you dreading the holidays this year? Are you excited about them? Do you think they're going to be amazing?
Well, part of it, we were getting out the Christmas decorations, and I got a Ellie stocking. It's okay, Ben. I'm okay. He's listening in his class. My son is, and I just.
Ben.
She's happy. She's telling us about Ellie, Ben.
And I didn't know if. Am I supposed to hang up her stocking? Am I not supposed to hang up her stocking? So it's those kind of things, and then it sometimes just makes me a little bit mad. Like, I don't want to have to decide. And I also know that Ellie she came here, she did what she came to do, and it was her time to go. And so I also understand that, but yeah, the holidays are definitely sort of regrouping. And
What did you finally decide? Did you put it up?
we hung it up, and Ben was concerned that Santa would get confused and fill her stocking, and I told him that Santa knows. Santa knows what has
She's
happened.
on the perpetual nice
Debi
list.
just made Forrest and I both go.
Right?
Aww.
So as we try to raise money to grant Tatum's wish between now and noon, 855-231-WISH is the number. We need 48 still. If we do that, $2,000 will be donated by Luxair, an additional $2,000.
And you get a Make-A-Wish calendar for 2012. They're awesome. I have them hanging in the studio. We write everything on them.
It would
Awesome, and there's a wish on each month.
It'd be amazing.
It'd be amazing.
To do this,
Amazing.
Yeah.
Ellie would say it's amazing.
Will be, you will just feel so much better about yourself. You hear that the stocking is up. We know that it's not going to be filled because Santa knows. And you will know how it feels to grant a wish if you call 855-231-WISH. Debbie, thank you. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for this opportunity to spread Ellie's joy.
And I'm sure Ben thanks you a little bit too, because they're getting out of work right now. There's no, they're not having to do any homework or
Anything in
they're
class
just
right
listening
now.
to the radio.
Where does Ben go to school?
He goes to Lapham Elementary.
And how old's Ben?
He is 6.
Hi, Ben. What's Ben's teacher's name?
Mrs. H.
Hi, Mrs. H.
Hey, Mrs. H, thanks for putting us on today.
Thanks, Mrs. H.
855-231-WISH is the number, 855-231-9474.
So we still need almost 50 Wish Club members. That's $15 a month before noon, and then we want to get that. We'll get the $2,000 from Luxair, which of course we want that.
Absolutely.
And then Tatum's coming in, so we have to. We're raising this money for her wish to Hawaii, right, Forrest? Yeah, coming next spring. So the phone number again is 855-231-WISH. It's 231-9474. Thanks again.
Thank you.
It's good to see you again.
Thank you so much.